Welcome back to the Movie Draft House. That's a podcast where we don't have any audio issues at all.
Never, not once, ever in
Nope.
the lifespan.
Nope. I'm your host, Mark, joined by co-host who's always ready, Jeff.
At all times.
All times.
You can count on me to be ready at all times. Listen, it's almost like we've been doing this long enough. We should have it down by now. It shouldn't be a fucking challenge.
Listen, every time I unplug my microphone, all of my shit goes haywire. Like I gotta reset every fucking thing.
Yeah.
And
here's a question.
I forgot to do that here in Audacity. So
don't unplug your mic, maybe?
The last time we recorded, I unplugged my microphone to plug into your thing, and
you didn't, because I brought two microphones.
Oh shit! Oh no, I unplugged my microphone to plug in the boondoggle thing. I don't fuck. Anyways, I
boondoggle got in the way.
I apologize.
What website do you go to when you're using the boondoggle? Anyway.
Oh, Jeff. Tell them. Oh, we're back. We're back. It's the month of July, and we're back with our year-long theme. Please tell them what it is and what we watched this week.
Yeah. Well, we're back with our year-long theme, which is 1 degree of separation. Each film shares an actor, maybe a writer, maybe a director with the previous film. And before we did our anniversary quartet of films that we just got through, we finished off the month of May with a movie called Copland, which starred a guy by the name of Michael Rappaport, who is in this week's film, The Sixth Day, from the year 2000, rated PG-13. It runs for 2 hours and 3 minutes. It stars Arnold Schwarzenegger. That's two of them. Michael Rooker, Tony Goldwyn. Who else? Terry Crews is in this, which is nice, and Robert Duvall. Now, I can't remember, I asked you before, and I think you weren't sure if you had seen this before, but now that you've watched it, do you know if you've seen it before?
I have seen it before because I just watched it.
No, I mean, like before you watched it.
Oh, no, it sounded familiar, but like when I watched this, it was clear to me I'd never seen this before.
Okay. This is probably my third viewing, maybe. I want to say I saw this in theaters, or I might have rented it and brought it home, or I might have shoplifted the videotape. I don't really remember.
Cool.
But
statute of limitations is up, so
I wouldn't have been shoplifting at this point. And by the 2000s, it was out of my system. But yeah, I think I must have seen it in theaters then, or I probably rented it. But yeah, it's an Arnold movie and it's an action flick, so I am very easily swayed into watching something like that.
So let me ask you this. Is this the watch through? When was the last time you saw it?
Decades ago.
Okay. So is this watch through better, worse, same than the last time you saw it?
I would say kind of worse. I remember liking this a lot, and I'm not saying I dislike it. That's certainly not the case. But I remember just being thrilled by it the first time I saw it. Like, damn, this is one of the Arnold hidden gems. This is like Commando, which, Commando's one of my favorite Arnold movies. But it really is fine. Now, let me ask before we get too deep into it. Did you see, I don't know if you want to call it a twist, but did you see the fact that the Arnold we've been following throughout the movie was the clone? Did you see that coming?
Yeah.
Because I felt like going into it, knowing it, they made it way too obvious to me.
Well, having not seen it, I thought it was obvious because, and I say obvious, but you just have this kind of feeling that something's coming, and that's how I felt when he woke up in the cab.
Yeah, that's exactly
right. And I was like, wait a minute, why did we get this hazy like waking up moments with him, and I just it everything felt too obvious in this the twist, I guess. But I mean, it didn't ruin anything for me, right? I just felt like it was just kind of obvious that he was the clone.
Yeah, I agree that. Now, I think when I saw it, though, I never picked up on that. Like, the first time I saw it, I think the twist worked. Like, I was like, oh, shit, they got me. But obviously, knowing the twist going through, I'm like, I think this is too many breadcrumbs. Like, if you go back and when you watch The Sixth Sense again, you're looking for things and you're noticing little things that clue you in, right? But it never becomes obvious. Like, oh, no, they're giving it away.
And
like
The Sixth Sense is so much better your second and third watch throughs, right? In my opinion, because you're picking up on things that that were always there, but you just didn't realize kind of clue you into what's happening. I mean, with this one, it's just I think it's just a throw. It's a twist, but it's like it doesn't do anything for me as far as like, oh, I need to go watch it again to see if I missed something.
Yeah, because if you watch this again, you're just going to be like, okay. I think it makes the movie maybe not less watchable, because honestly, the twist doesn't really change much.
No.
Right? You still have two Arnolds running around. You know, at the end of the day, I think the plot kind of wraps up the same way it would no matter what. Especially since so one of the things that they say is they put in these genetic defects in these clones to keep them in check or whatever. But for some reason, he doesn't have one. Like, he just won the genetic lottery, I guess.
I mean, look at him.
That felt like a cop-out.
He's chiseled.
I couldn't... Well, yeah, but I couldn't remember... Not so much this buffness, but he didn't get... Like, the whole thing was that they put these things in people so it kills them, so they still have power over them. They need them to keep coming back and making more clones. But he didn't get it somehow when they were making them. They just forgot, I guess. Because the bad guy seemed pretty damn confident he was. And I've kind of thought that the movie would have had a better ending had he had that genetic defect and realized, oh, I've only got 5 years to live, and he flies off to go live his life and say goodbye. It would have added a certain level of sadness to this. It would have kept it from being like, because they set up everything that's how it should go. But it is an Arnold movie, and I guess that I'm expecting too much. Yeah,
I think my biggest, and it's not even a flaw, it's just like it bugged me throughout the movie, is I was constantly wondering why the Arnold we were watching was so good at killing people. And like in
he's Arnold. Fucking hell.
Right. And I get it. But like for the plot of the movie, I was like, what? Why is he such a badass?
Yes.
And the movie never tells you why. The movie never tells you why he is so good at all the things that he does. And it kind of, and I got the impression the movie just kind of wants you to go with it. But then at the end of the day, I'm still left going, that's a really big plot hole. I just like, I was like, but at the end of the movie, I'm like, I could have.
There are other plot holes.
Yes, 100%. But like
that's not even the biggest one. I would barely call that a plot hole, just more of an omission.
Oh, I just like, it's this, and this movie is so fucking weird, and just it's a through and through sci-fi flick. I don't know. All right, what's the biggest plot hole then? What is in your opinion?
It's some of the logic behind what they remember and what they don't remember. Like it felt like there were moments that Arnold shouldn't have known about, and they don't. I guess they do kind of keep it from coming up, but there were a couple of things I was weirded out about, as far as like how much they remember. But I guess I don't have anything that big, to be honest. I was talking out of my ass. I apologize.
Listen, the best part of this film, in my opinion, is when he goes to his wife says, "Hey, you need to go get the dog cloned," and he's like, "I don't know if I want to," and he goes to the dog cloning place, but then he's like, "No, fuck that, yeah, repet." He's like, "Fuck that," and then he goes and picks up this animatronic doll.
Demon doll from the depths of hell. He picked.
It is the best.
He picked up Annabelle from the fucking Conjuring, basically.
It is the best 15 minutes of the film, is because she's like the comedic like sidekick to him when he first like gets like the Michael Rooker and his crew. What's his face? What's the other guy?
Terry Crews. Yeah,
Terry Crews. That's when we meet them. But it's the bad, like she's got like one-liner zingers. And the doll,
I'm hurt. I've got a boo-boo.
And the doll doesn't, and you're gonna take offense to this, but the doll doesn't look terrible.
Okay, all right. Let's put a poll out there on social media. And would you sleep with this in your bedroom? Like I
mean, this doll was Megan before Megan was Megan, right?
Yes, it is. And Megan is a killer robot. This thing is so creepy. It really hits that uncanny valley because they went with some. I will say, I get what you're saying when you say it doesn't look that bad, because it doesn't look like a doll and it doesn't look human. It's in that uncanny valley in between.
Yeah.
It is a freak of nature. And it is like he's scared of repets, but I'm scared of this thing. Like if someone came home with a clone dog or this mechanical monstrosity, I would take the clone dog.
I did not mind. I thought like Arnold toting this thing around for 15 minutes and then getting shot at and like going on this action sequence with this doll that's just like
it was great. It was funny.
It was a good solid 15 minutes of fun. And I wish the doll hadn't met its ending so quickly.
You wish the whole movie.
Yeah, no, I kind of do. Like, you know,
I kind of do too.
Michael Rappaport was like the sidekick for some of the movie here, and I wish it was the doll instead.
Oh man, I kind of like where this is going. You're turning me around on this. Like, if they did, like, because I was thinking when watching this that I really wanted a full movie of Arnold and Arnold working together, because I like some of their banter.
Yeah,
you know, and I'll get to that. But an Arnold just the doll, like an Arnold Megan crossover, but instead of the Megan we got now, they have this damn thing. I'd be all over that. That would be awesome.
I wonder a 6-day sequel with Arnold.
7th day. But that wouldn't be as good because that's the day that he rested. It would just be them hanging out.
I mean, all right. So, what did you think of Robert Duvall here?
It's Robert Duvall.
Well,
like, it's
they want you to think that he's kind of the mastermind villain-esque here, even though Tony Goldwyn's character is the actual villain. But I kind of thought like it was really wasted Robert Duvall.
Yes.
I mean, they made him, they confined him to essentially a room, and they put a lab coat on him, and that's a terrible Robert Duvall. But and they just essentially just made him kind of the Godfather-esque type of this, but he really doesn't have a whole lot to do. And I just really felt like as the actor Robert Duvall, he was really wasted here.
Yeah. Have you seen a lot of Robert Duvall films? Do you have any in mind that are like, hell yeah, that's Robert Duvall?
The Robert Duvall films, and I'm gonna talk right out my ass here.
Get ready.
Hold on, I gotta go. Hold on, I gotta go to Robert Duvall.
I can tell you,
and like most of the stuff
favorite.
I've seen him in has been Western-esque type things, right?
Okay. Have you watched Falling Down?
Yes.
With Michael Douglas?
Yes. It's been a while, but yes, I've seen that movie. He's the cop in that movie, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. No,
Have you seen The Apostle?
I don't know. That's a Western though, right?
No, it's not.
Okay, then I haven't seen it.
It's a good ass movie though. Yeah.
I mean, I've seen The Godfather. I've seen Kicking and Screaming.
Oh, okay.
Maybe I'm just like conflating all of his roles and thinking that he did a lot of Westerns. Because like I'm looking at his IMDb, I'm looking at his filmography, and he doesn't have a whole lot of Westerns.
Yeah, Open Range was one he was in, which I've seen. It's okay.
Yeah. I mean, I saw Days of Thunder. He was good in Days of Thunder. Maybe like
I think The Apostle is like
Gone in 60 Seconds. I've seen. Okay.
Yeah, but they don't stand out to you.
Yeah, no.
But
all right, I'm just
The Apostle. Like, if you want Robert Duvall, it's written, directed, and starring Robert Duvall. The Apostle's really good.
Huh. What year is that from?
97.
The Apostle.
You love the 90s, by the way.
I do. I love the 90s.
Just reminding you. Maybe I'm hinting at we could watch The Apostle next, but it's up to you.
We're not, but
it is a type of movie I think you dig.
Yeah.
Like, it's not your normal Jeff, shit blows up, it's campy and dumb, and that's why I like it. It's more of like an Oscar bait type of horseshit you like, but it's actually good.
After his happy life spins out of control, a preacher from Texas changes his name, goes to Louisiana, and starts preaching on the radio.
Okay, it's a better movie than that. There's more going on.
Anyway, so I thought he was wasted here. But I did like his kind of his story arc, where, he's just really fucking sad because his wife is a clone and he's been cloning his wife because his wife died. And, I just like, I liked the arc of his story. Even though I did think he was wasted because he didn't get enough time, but, I didn't think I actually thought he was one of the better parts of the movie. Or his arc, I guess.
Yeah. Did you like the two Arnolds, though, when they were working together?
Yeah, I mean, that's fine. There are
a couple of things like when he's like, hey, can you fly this? And he's like, better than you can. Yeah. Good, because your shooting sucks. Like, I just like that banter.
Yeah. No, and, it's... I wish, and like you, I do wish that had been a majority of the movie, right? But what about Tony Goldwyn? What do you think of him?
Who's that?
The villain.
Oh,
the bad guy.
Basically, shitty Bob Saget.
Shitty Bob Saget.
No, he was good. He was appropriately villainous looking.
Holy shit! Really, shitty Bob Saget. Okay, I see that. Wow,
you see it, right?
Wow. I mean, it's a weird haircut choice for him in this movie, but I
liked him actually. I thought he did a good job being villainous, but I loved when he got cloned at the end of the movie and he was the goo monster. That was so good, especially when he's ripping the clothes off of his old self, and his old self's like, wait, aren't you going to wait for me to die? He's like, well, would you? And it's just the viciousness meeting the viciousness. I love that part. That's a great part. So, yeah, I really like him. I think he does a good job of kind of being evil and believably a corporate piece of shit. So yeah.
No, yeah, Tony Goldwyn's been in a ton of things, and most of the stuff that he's in, he's really good in. Like, and some of the roles he plays, it's just kind of bit stuff, but
Oppenheimer.
yeah, he was in Oppenheimer. Ooh, that's a choice.
Oh God, I'll quit the podcast.
Oh, why?
I don't want that.
Why? It's a very well received movie.
Yeah.
I think you would be on board. I think you would be on board.
Well, you have one way of seeing if I'm bluffing or not, I guess.
The what? Oh, he was in Scandal. He was the president in Scandal. He's really good in that. I haven't seen all of Scandal, but I've seen enough of Scandal to know he's really good in it. But no, I enjoyed him as the villain because I too thought he was kind of, and who's what's his face from Apple that's dead now.
Steve Jobs.
Steve Jobs. I thought like he was kind of like a Steve Jobby type, Jobsy type, where they're like trying to make him kind of relatable, but not relatable, but smart, but scary. And that I think that type of character was like kind of a go-to villain type in the 90s. It just how he portrayed that character stuck out to me. It's kind of Face Off. What's his face's brother in Face Off is kind of the same type of character. The
crazy guy.
Yeah. Anyways, I thought Tony Goldwyn was really good here, and I do think the prosthetics in this movie are pretty good. Like the doll is pretty good.
Doll. I wish they made it for real. I'd buy you one for your birthday.
The goo man at the end was pretty good.
The goo man is so good. I like the little tub of unformed people. I thought that was cool, like kind of creepy to swim around in. I wouldn't want to do it.
All right, let me ask you this: Would you clone your wife?
No.
Why?
You ever seen Pet Sematary?
Yes.
I mean, sometimes dead is better, like, because a couple things. One, you're not actually, it's not the same person anymore. Let's say cloning
the DNA is not the same, but.
Well, the DNA is the same.
Well, but there's got to be some, like, because they can't clone. Can't clone brains and shit like that.
You can't transfer the soul.
Right.
So I'm not saying clones are soulless, but what I'm saying, of course, we don't really have. Well, I guess we do. We have sheep clones, but I'm not saying clones are soulless. But a new soul is created with the memories of the old in the new body. But when the old body dies, that person is dead. Their consciousness is gone. They are not alive anymore. And so cloning them doesn't bring them back. You're tricking yourself if you think that that's what's happening, because that person that you loved is, I don't know, whatever background or view on afterlife you have, they've gone to that afterlife now. And cloning them doesn't suck their soul back in from the afterlife. It would create a new one. Does that make sense?
Sure. No, I mean, yes.
So no, I wouldn't. How about you? Is that what you would do it?
I think so.
Yeah. Would you do it early though? That way you could have a 3-way.
And that's actually a good idea.
Yeah.
That's Have
you seen Mickey 17?
Yeah, it's I asked you to
they
put it
almost
on
have a 3-way in there.
Yeah. That's a weird fucking movie.
Yeah, it was all right.
Most of Bong Joon-ho's movies are weird. But
I think Robert Pattinson's really good in it. But
Robert Pattinson is really good in most of the stuff he does. Underrated. That dude is so underrated, Robert Pattinson.
Wow.
I'm
just kidding.
What?
But he has some horse shit out there too. But
I mean, what?
You know.
Okay, name his horse shit. Outside the Twilight.
Good Time.
Yo, get the fuck out of here. It's not horse
Good Time
shit.
is bad.
No, it's not.
It is too. That movie's bad.
You just don't like the Safdie brothers.
Also correct.
Good Time is not a bad movie. All right, we'll agree to disagree. Yeah, but like most of Robert Pattinson's stuff, primo, really good. He's a really good actor.
I love the newer Batman one. I loved that.
Yeah,
ready for a sequel of some kind at some point.
I don't think
whenever
it's
they get
happen,
to it, if they want to.
Yeah,
I think it is. I think that James Gunn's going to make it happen because, from what I understand, James Gunn's mindset is he's not trying to do the MCU, but with DC.
Yeah,
he's like, they can be over here doing weird Batman shit. That's fine.
Did you see Tenet?
No, God, no.
That's a Christopher Nolan film.
I know.
Who might get around to that?
Nope.
That's a weird
I'll quit.
one. Why?
I'm just going to keep throwing
Why?
it.
But why?
I don't really like Christopher Nolan's stuff that much.
Yes, you do.
No. I like the first Batman movie, and that's it.
Maybe watch The Lighthouse.
That's not Christopher Nolan though,
It's
but
not.
I would watch that because
It's
it
a
looks weird.
It's a Robert Pattinson film.
Yeah.
No, anyway.
And I like Willem Dafoe.
Yeah. So, anyways, Jeff, I don't know what to say else about this.
There really isn't much. It's an action flick. I mean, I haven't seen Eraser in a long time, and it's certainly not as good as like True Lies, and definitely not as good as Commando, which is the best. But it's fine. There's some fun 90s-ish things in there. Like he gets into a like 1999 GMC Suburban or whatever, and it's got a full-on OnStar computer system and shit.
Yeah.
You know, like
Did you like the part where they bring out the VW Beetle and make it look like it's this futuristic thing?
I didn't even notice that.
Yeah.
I would have.
What's his face? Rappaport is driving it. At one point in the film, and they like hone in on the VW, and it's a weird kind of thing.
I approve of that. But I kind of like the thing about science fiction movies from different eras is the technology they have is still stuck to that era. So if you go back to 79 and watch the original Alien, they have all those monochrome monitors. Yeah. And, green on black text, and it's awesome. And I think that this is just another good one of those as far as seeing this old technology as they try to futurize it. I should say I did like Michael Rooker. I like him on most things, though.
I think he's Michael Rooker playing Michael Rooker, right?
Yes. He is, I would say, a character actor.
Yeah. Always the same type of character, same.
Michael Rappaport's the same way, though.
I hated him here.
I didn't hate him.
I don't know, man. Him with hair just threw me off, and
he's got hair. I think what you mean is him with a wig, because he was wearing a wig in several scenes.
He's fine. I just didn't really like his character, I guess. And I never understood, like the movie doesn't even go out of its way to, like, he's kind of like this, like, kind of goofball character, but he's also a really good helicopter pilot, and like the movie doesn't really tell us why him and Arnold are friends. I don't know. There's just I didn't really care for the character, I guess. But then like his wig really threw me off. I was like, oh shit, I've never seen that man with that much hair. It was crazy.
Yeah, it was a wig, so I know what you mean.
So anyways, Jeff, do you I almost said, do you approve of this? Do you recommend this one?
No, I think I have to say you can pass on this. Like, it's not aged as well as I remembered.
Yeah, I'm in
I
this.
don't think you approve either.
No,
right? I mean,
no, I'm in the same boat. It's fine for what it is, I guess. But as far as like Arnold movies go, I think this one's middle of the pack.
Yeah,
and
that's
like
fair.
there's no reason for me to like go back to watch this one again. And so like I can't recommend this one.
But now you get to pick what we watch next.
Now I get to pick.
But the rule is it has to star Arnold.
Oh, well, I hate to disappoint you.
Yeah, I know.
It does not star Arnold. I went with
Robert Duvall.
It does not star Robert Duvall either. I went with Tony Goldwyn, and I picked a film from 2003, and I don't really remember. I do remember him in the movie, but I don't remember how big of a role he has. I assume it's pretty large.
It doesn't matter. It's just 1 degree of separation.
Right,
It doesn't have to.
No, but
fully feature the character.
It's been a while since I've seen this film, but it was one of my favorites growing up. From 2000,
the 90s?
From 2003.
Okay, that's not too bad.
We are gonna watch the film The Last Samurai, starring
with
Tom Cruise, Ken Watanabe, and Tony Goldwyn somewhere here.
So I can use Tom Cruise? What a day!
So anyway, have you ever seen The Last Samurai?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Right.
Okay.
At least from what I remember. Now, it is kind of held up as a prime example of a white savior movie.
Yes, but I don't care.
So
from the last time I saw this movie, it's Tom Cruise is such a badass in it. I just like, it's so cool. I'm like, he's so cool in this movie. And the ending always gets me. I can't wait to watch it.
Right on. Well,
and it's directed by Edward Zwick.
Like John Wick?
Edward Zwick, from films such as actually I don't know. He once directed Shakespeare in Love.
Which won an Oscar over something that was much more deserving, if I remember correctly.
He directed Blood Diamond.
Nope, no thanks.
He directed The Siege, Courage Under Fire, Legends of the Fall. Come on now.
None of these are good. Yeah.
But you know what is good? You hit the subscribe button if you're watching here on YouTube. And if you want to follow the podcast on all your favorite social media platforms, you can find us at Movie Draft House. Give us a like, follow, and subscribe. Jeff, tell them where they can find you.
You can find me on the internet, specifically my other podcast called The Chronologically, where we go
it's
through
not
full
the
filmographies.
chronologically. It's just
chronologically. And we're going through Quentin Tarantino's filmography currently. You can also check out the other podcast I do called All Things Being Sequel, where we go through long-running series in Hollywood.
Yeah. Cool. Jeff, any last words?
Nope, not any.